What is it like to meet somebody you actually fought against in a war? 25 years after Vietnam, I'm working construction in San Diego when this new guy joins our crew. Vietnamese immigrant, about my age, spoke decent English with a thick accent. His name was Duke. Quiet guy, worked hard, minded his own business. We got along fine for about 6 months. Just two old guys building houses, nothing complicated. Then one day we're taking lunch break, and he notices my Marine Corps tattoo, asks where I served. I tell him Da Nang, 1968 to 1969. His face goes completely white. I was North Vietnamese Army, he says quietly. Same area, same time. The sandwich in my hand suddenly felt like cardboard. Here's this guy I've been working next to for months, and we probably spent a year trying to kill each other. Neither of us knew what to say, just sat there on the tailgate of his truck, staring at each other like we were seeing ghosts. You ever fight near Hill 881? I finally asked. He nodded. I was radio operator, 3rd Battalion, 324th Division. We hit your fire base many times. That's when it hit me. This wasn't some random coincidence. I remembered that radio operator. We'd been hunting him for weeks. Smart bastard who kept calling in mortar strikes, then disappearing before we could triangulate his position. You son of a bitch, I said, but I was almost laughing. You're the ghost we could never catch. He smiled for the first time since we started talking. You Marines, very persistent. Almost got me twice. We spent the rest of lunch comparing war stories. Same battles, different sides. I told him about losing my best friend Jimmy to a sniper near his position. He told me about watching his entire squad get wiped out by our artillery. Strangest thing was, we both remembered the same firefight from April 1969. 3-day battle where everything went wrong. He'd been calling in coordinates while I was trying to establish radio contact with our reinforcements. You saved my life, he said suddenly. Your artillery strike hit my bunker after I left. If I stayed 5 more minutes, I would be dead. I saved his life. He probably killed guys I knew. And now we're building suburban houses together in California. The other workers noticed we were both pretty shaken up. Asked what was wrong. How do you explain you just discovered your coworker used to be your mortal enemy? After that day, everything changed between us. Not hostile, but weird. Like we were dancing around something neither of us wanted to talk about. Duke started bringing me Vietnamese coffee. I shared my thermos of regular coffee with him. We'd sit together at lunch, not talking much, just existing in this strange space between former enemies. One day he brings in photos from his wallet. His family back in Vietnam. Wife, 2 kids, parents, all killed in our bombing raids 6 months after he left for the war. I fought because I had nothing left to lose, he explained. My family was already gone. I showed him pictures of Jimmy, the friend who died near his position. Kid from Ohio, just turned 19. Duke studied the photo for a long time. He looked very young, he said finally. Too young for war. We both lost everything in that jungle. Different sides, same pain. The war ended, but we kept carrying our pieces of it. Working together became easier after that. We understood each other in ways our other co-workers couldn't. Both of us had nightmares. Both of us drank too much sometimes. Both of us jumped when helicopters flew overhead. Duke retired before I did. On his last day, he shook my hand and said, I am glad we met this way, not that way. I still think about him sometimes. Wonder if he ever thinks about those jungle days, or if he's found peace with it all. Meeting your former enemy face to face. It's not dramatic like in movies. It's just two old men realizing they're more alike than different. War makes enemies out of people who might have been friends under different circumstances. The guy who tried to kill me for a year turned out to be a decent man who just wanted to go home to his family, same as me.